The XRP price chart is lighting up, signaling that we could be on the brink of a surge to new all-time highs. In this video, I'll walk you through a few fascinating charts from top TA analysts, and here's the exciting part. They all paint the same picture. XRP is in a prime setup, and I'm going to show you how this technical analysis lines up perfectly with the fundamentals. Get ready. This could be big. Let's kick off this video with a quick dive into the fundamentals, but the real focus here is the price chart. It always cracks me up seeing all these TA analysts dissecting XRP. Some love it, some hate it, and some barely know what it's about yet. They're all glued to the XRP price chart, pointing out a bunch of bullish signals. Now, as someone who leans more toward the fundamentals, I see a different picture. Big developments like the Ripple SEC case finally wrapping up and Ripple teaming up with powerhouses like Hidden Road are game changers. Ripple is carving its space in the traditional financial world, while major banks are ditching private ledgers and embracing public ledgers as the future of innovation. And let's not forget the massive appetite from financial giants racing to get a piece of this emerging asset class. In my view, we're about to see tens, potentially hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into this asset class over the coming months and years. These developments are game changers, transforming the cryptocurrency landscape in ways we've never witnessed before. For years, progress was stalled, with regulatory barriers keeping institutionally focused crypto advancements locked away. Simply put, the system wouldn't allow it. But now that's all changing. For the first time ever, we're seeing clear signals that this activity won't just be tolerated, it will be actively encouraged in the United States, the financial epicenter of the world. What excites me most is that this goes beyond just an investment opportunity. It's about recognizing the true potential of these technologies. They aren't just useful, they're essential. The US is positioning itself to foster innovation and lead the charge in building the next generation financial system, and that's a future worth getting excited about. Statements like these make me incredibly excited about the future of the cryptocurrency industry. One of my biggest concerns since entering this space has always been the fear of a new, superior technology emerging and leaving crypto in the dust. What if the United States never took crypto seriously? Crypto is cool, they'd say, but here's this shiny new thing. Thankfully, that doesn't seem to be happening. Instead, the biggest players in traditional finance are now turning to crypto, finally addressing problems they failed to solve for decades. It's a major win for the industry. The fundamentals for XRP and the broader space just keep getting stronger. Why am I so excited if I'm selling someone on a high level? That's the thing. I just am. But let's move on because there's so much more I want to dive into in this video. Specifically, I want to explore the technical analysis for XRP. Now, this isn't just some casual hobby for me. It's something I genuinely enjoy. But what I love even more is pulling in perspectives from other people's charts. It's fascinating to showcase what others are seeing and highlight where I agree. There's something thrilling about so many people zeroing in on the same trends. One chart that's definitely caught my eye is this breakout from XRP on the descending resistance. For months, XRP was stuck battling a stubborn resistance that kept holding it back, with some support helping out below. But now the wait is over. XRP has finally smashed through that descending resistance. It's an exciting move that's been a long time coming, and we're now seeing a clear breakout taking shape. The momentum has shifted and the path ahead looks brighter than ever. For me, one of the key things to watch right now is whether XRP can stay strong above the $2 mark without slipping back and worse, crashing through. That $2 level has been such an important line in the sand. And I want to show you a different chart here to give you a clearer picture of what's happening. Previously, we were wrestling with a tough descending resistance that threatened to undo much of the progress we'd made. Picture this. Resistance kept smacking us down while support was doing its best to hold us up. The last thing we wanted was for that resistance to drive us back down into the $1.50 range. Now that would have been ugly. Thankfully, it looks like we've dodged that bullet, and I couldn't be happier about it. It looks like we've finally broken above this resistance level, which is fantastic news. Now, let me clean up this chart a bit to show you something even more exciting. What we're seeing here is the formation of a strong bottoming pattern. If I draw a line to highlight the reversal XRP is undergoing, it's clear that we're building a solid reversal structure in its price momentum. Instead of trending downward, the momentum is now shifting upward, flipping the script entirely. This is exactly the kind of pattern we want to see taking shape. XRP is gaining traction, and if this momentum holds, it'll confirm that the reversal is in full swing. Exciting times, right? Let's see if XRP can keep this upward trend going and solidify the shift. Of course, this isn't hardcore technical analysis, just an interpretation. I want to help everyone see that we're really shifting gears here. XRP is bouncing back strong after some of the earlier corrections triggered by the tariffs. That's a great sign. But to fully confirm this momentum shift, we've got to break through a key level around the $2.50 mark. This zone is where the downward trend originally kicked off, and until we climb past it, I'm not convinced the reversal's locked in. That's the level I've got my eye on in the short term for XRP. On another positive note, XRP to Bitcoin is showing signs of bottoming out, which is exciting to see. Interestingly, the chart mirrors the main XRP price chart. It just hasn't started its reversal yet. I'm expecting support to hold here, and it seems like XRP is gearing up to make this happen. All signs point to XRP continuing to gain ground against Bitcoin. But here's the twist. Everyone's focused on XRP, yet hardly anyone is talking about Bitcoin dominance. What's happening with Bitcoin's strength compared to the rest of the crypto market? Honestly, I started prepping for this video thinking, okay, let's check the chart. Bitcoin dominance must still be climbing. But surprise, it's actually tanking. Take a look at this. In just the past few hours, Bitcoin dominance has dropped from 65% to 63%. And honestly, I'm not shocked. Bitcoin dominance has been ridiculously high for a while, and now it's taking a nosedive, way higher than I ever imagined Bitcoin dominance could climb. It's almost amusing. I actually have to switch to a weekly chart just to track it. I remember the days when a quick glance at the 4-hour chart gave you the full picture. But here we are, looking at Bitcoin dominance now. From what I see, there's still a long way down for it to go. Why? Because we're still in the early innings of the cryptocurrency revolution. This is just the beginning of the game, and there's so much more ahead for the entire industry. Check out this little dinosaur on TradingView. It's like looking at the origins of the cryptocurrency industry. Crazy to think about, right? But let's be real. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 63% of the market. That's just not sustainable. Fast forward to the future, and I see Bitcoin dominance dropping to somewhere around 10%, maybe even as low as 5%. Why? Because the crypto space is evolving at lightning speed. Innovation is driving the market forward, and as new projects emerge, Bitcoin's dominance will naturally decline. But don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean Bitcoin is any less important or losing value. It just means the market is growing, diversifying, and becoming richer with possibilities. Bitcoin will always have its place, but the future is all about sharing the stage. And as new cryptocurrencies emerge, it's only natural they'll chip away at Bitcoin's dominance, right? It's not a wild idea. Think about the early days of the internet. Just a handful of companies controlled most of the value, innovation, and activity. That's exactly what the early days of crypto looked like. But let's be real. There's no world where Bitcoin holds on to a 63% market dominance forever. That's just unrealistic. Big corporations and financial giants are gearing up to launch their own tokenized assets, and these could start chipping away at Bitcoin's dominance in the crypto market. Even if Bitcoin reaches an eye-popping $5 million one day, its market share could still shrink to just 5–10%. But let's be clear. This isn't a doomsday story for Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin is failing or going to zero. Instead, the entire crypto space is set to grow alongside Bitcoin as it becomes a cornerstone of the global financial system. Here's the kicker. When Bitcoin dominance drops, altcoins often thrive. And right now, everything seems to be lining up perfectly for a major shift. I believe we're about to see a significant drop in Bitcoin's dominance, setting the stage for altcoins to shine. It feels like this moment is already written in the stars. We're still so early in this industry, and to me, that's what makes it exciting. Right now, we're just beginning to see Bitcoin dominance play out on the charts, but the big question is, where will it stand 10 or 15 years from now? In my view, there's no doubt it'll shrink to around 15%, maybe even 10%. Why? Because new innovations will rise, taking dominance and market share away from Bitcoin. This shift will completely transform the narrative. The idea of a Bitcoin-only industry will become a relic of the past. We're going to see groundbreaking projects step up, pushing boundaries, solving real-world problems, and reshaping the financial system. These innovations won't just compete, they'll upgrade society itself, embedding a native financial system right into the internet and redefining how we live, work, and transact. The future isn't just about holding Bitcoin, it's about building a better world. That's exactly where XRP shines, solving real-world problems It's set to play a crucial role in upgrading the financial system with game-changing utility. And it's not just the fundamentals pointing to this, even technical analysts are seeing the potential. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this update valuable.